Hey guys, this is Fernando doing another video for the Modern Survivalist. I just did, in my previous video, I tested different knives, seeing how well each one chopped. I thought it would be interesting to do a little bit of afterthoughts, after some comments after doing the actual test, and see how each one did. Cold Steel Kukri knife, which is this nice blade, great value knife by Cold Steel. It is machete, so it's very thin, still kukri shaped, very sharp, 1055 steel. It performed well. It penetrated 4.5 centimeters, chopping nicely, I'd say. 4.5 centimeters for machete. Good performance there. Again, keep in mind that accuracy has a lot to do with this. These are all knives that are pretty sharp. They've been sharpened by myself, so they're good in that way. But there's always a little bit of spread when trying to focus on a point. Team Gemini Light Brigade, Bossy Team Gemini Light Brigade. It is a shorter knife, and it penetrated 3.5 centimeters, mostly because it is still pretty thick, and it's blade heavy because it's been lightened here in the tang underneath the panels. 3.5 centimeters. Then Tramontina machete. This knife, my old Tramontina machete, well worn, modified awfully by myself many years ago, but still kept it and like this knife quite a bit. The handle has been done by myself as well many years ago. This one penetrated very well. I don't know if maybe I'm more used to machetes, but man, with the first chop, and you'll see it in the video, with the first chop it went down there, penetrated 5 centimeters, the one that penetrated the most of the knives tested here. I give that credit because it's mostly because it's sharp, but all other knives are sharp. The narrow blade of the machete penetrates nicely, and besides, you have quite a bit of length, and that gives you good leverage for more powerful chops. So you have a knife that is pretty light, pretty effective. So many reasons to love machetes, and this is a good example of that. Hultaford classic bushcrafty type of knife, using it batoning, 10 chops. I did it 2 times so as to see if maybe there was much of a difference. No, not really. It's definitely the one that penetrated less 1 centimeter. Small knives are just not good for for chopping. They're good for lots of other things, even great little knives like this one, which is outstanding for its, and it's very sharp. See, it is not a matter of how sharp it is. It is very sharp, but it is very little, and of course it does not chop at all. Gurkha Kukri from Nepal, knife that I still have to review. Beautiful blade. I'm going to be doing a full review of it later on. And the price is very good. I think that it's great value. It is thick. It's almost 1 centimeter thick blade, and it did chop pretty well. It's been sharpened well. It could be done better, and with a nicer, I mean, it's still pretty sharp. You see how it digs in there, but still with a bit of a better job, a better sharpening job, and maybe a little bit of reprofiling, because as it came from the factory, as it came from the guys that made it in Nepal, it had quite a bit of a wire edge, needed a lot of work. Bushwhacker Mistress did okay. I still think it could have done better. Entirely my fault, I suppose. At least it should have done as well as the machete, I think, especially because it's such a heavy blade. 4.5 centimeters of penetration, same as the Gurkha Kukri knife. You know, I've used this knife quite a bit and always been happy with the results. Comparing it to some other blades, kind of think, you know, I have this great knife and it's not penetrating as well as the cheap machete. You know, there's something there. Let's try it again. Let's see if we try it one more time. Well, yeah, you could say it was my fault. here it penetrates a little bit better. So you see that this is entirely susceptible to each one of you guys who's doing this. There's quite a bit of variation. I think it was a worthwhile test to see how well each one does. Yeah, definitely, you know, what is that? Almost 5.5 centimeters this time, and it makes a lot of sense. Same thing for the kukri, the big kukri knife. This with a bit more of accuracy and a little bit more of a better sharpening job, it would have done, as well as the Bushwhacker Mistress, maybe even better. So, you know, just a kind of reference to keep in mind what each knife is kind of capable of, and not much of a big surprises here and there. Heavier knives penetrate better, bigger knives do better. Not much of a surprise, but still a nice test to do and see how each one does. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this little video of mine. Have a great day. See you on our next video.